right, we have made it to Las Vegas. This is a Bachelorette vlog, and we got in really late at night, so everyone was asleep when we got there. But this is kind of how the room was set up, and it looks like they had maybe a little party before we arrived. But we're gonna go straight into day one, and we're staying at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. We made our way over to Brunch, and we went to a drag brunch show. So we had a great time. This was at Senior Frogs. If you guys have heard of it, that is where we were, and the brunch show was absolutely amazing. I'll show you a few clips of it coming up right here, and I hope you enjoy these clips. They were so much fun. I had a really great time. It was probably one of the highlights for me of the entire trip, and the MC was just hilarious. So I loved every minute of this. I will let you enjoy this little montage of the clips that I accumulated from the trip. So here you go. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. The backup dancers are just hilarious. They're great. They will come up on you and give you a lap dance if you're out there in the front row. So it was very enjoyable for everyone. So much fun. No matter kind of what seat you were in, you definitely enjoyed the show. So moving on to our second thing on day two, we went to Meow Wolf. If you've never heard of it, you're not alone, because I have never heard of it either. But it's kind of this interactive museum, I would kind of categorize it as. It's a little off the strip. We did Uber there, and it's just very interesting. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but they had all these different cool rooms, all these different lights, and just kind of a fun experience. Probably not one of the highlights for me, but I really loved just getting all the cute pictures in here. There's definitely different rooms that are just really cute, aesthetically pleasing if you want to take pictures. All the lights were very cool and interactive, and just the amount of different rooms and different things that you could do in here was crazy. So definitely something to do if you are looking for something different in Las Vegas to do. I would definitely recommend looking it up, seeing if it's something that you would like. Moving on to our next part of the day, we just wanted to walk the strip, and we Ubered down to there, and then we walked the rest of the strip. So we walked past like the New York area, we walked into some casinos, walking obviously between all these, and our final destination was In-N-Out Burger because we were starving by the end of this, and a few of us may have been drinking along the way, so we definitely needed some food. This was all the way over at the Flamingo Hotel, and it was kind of like in the back alleyway section, which I've never been. and they had this cool little light show happening, so we hung around for that as well before heading out later that night to go to Tiesto. So this was interesting. I forgot what time we got there, but it was pretty late. I would say 9 o'clock at night maybe. And we had to wait a really long time for Tiesto to come. We did not realize that this club was open until like 4 in the morning. So we were just like hanging out, chilling, like waiting for Tiesto. And like I said, we got there around 9 or 10 p.m. and he didn't come on until almost 2 a.m. And at that point we were like ready to call it a night. So that's the only downside of it. If you're really into electronic type of music or techno, stuff like that, probably someplace you would like, but keep in mind it's going to be a very late night. Like I said, Tiesto probably won't get on until 1:30 a.m. or 2 a.m., something like that. And the club does stay open later. So that is pretty much the kind of recap of Tiesto. The lights were pretty cool, but at that point we were kind of just over it. Heading in to day 2, we went to brunch over at the Paris Lake Resort, and honestly I don't know the name of these resorts, but this is the hotel that we went to in the brunch place. Honestly, the food was really great. For some odd reason they like forgot about us, so we were there for an extremely long amount of time. Unfortunately, we had to get some of our meal comped because we were just waited for so long, but the food was great and they don't typically forget about people, so that was just a bad experience for our part. But we went over to the Bellagio, which is right across the street, watched the fountain show, as you can see, and honestly it's just kind of like a little fun thing to do, a little break. Go check out the Bellagio Hotel and see the fountain show because it's iconic. You can't go to Vegas and just skip it. So that's kind of what we did for this part here. Next up, we went into Caesar's Palace, and none of us have really been into Caesar's Palace, so we figured we'd just walk around and see what it was like. And then we headed over to Fremont Street. If you don't know about Fremont Street, it's kind of like the old Las Vegas Strip. So all of the older hotels are over here, older casinos, and they have like this fun strip. They have a zip line. There's a lot of cool things to do. It's worth a little trip out there. You will have to take an Uber or something over there because it is far from the strip, not a walkable distance. So we just went to some of the casinos, tried out some of the gambling machines, and honestly none of us won, which kind of sucks, but it's just for the fun of it. We just thought we would try it out and walk around. They have live music down there. They have a lot of street performers as well, and it's a fun little time if you just want to do something a little bit different. Check out Fremont Street. Later that night, we ended up going to Thunder Down Under. This is obviously a male kind of strip-ish type of act, and it was so good. We ended up going twice because the first time we had really bad seats. It is worth the upgrade to like the VIP section, I will tell you that, because the cheap seats are just not worth it. Not at all. So definitely pay the extra money, get the front row seats or something like that. You will not regret it, I promise you. This is such a fun show. You're just clapping and cheering the whole time. The men are great. They seem like they're having so much fun on stage, and they're just loving every bit of it. So highly recommend this show. We did it twice. At the end, you can go up there and take some pictures with them, and is just definitely another highlights, I would say, of the entire weekend that we had. It was so much fun. They'll also come up to you sometimes and do a little dance with you or pull you up on stage. This is usually reserved for only the VIP sections, I would say. After that, we had some fun at the Thunder Bar. We just enjoyed our last night in Vegas, and then pretty much after this we had to pack up, go to the hotel, and we slept for like an hour before heading to the airport. So that was our entire weekend in Las Vegas. I hope you enjoyed this small little recap, and unfortunately we had to say goodbye. So until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye!